Vlog number 4, reading the Rhetorical Act, is based on chapter 12, and that is understanding visual rhetoric. So, right off the bat, I feel like visualizing something is very important. So, this mainly talks about like analyzing rhetoric acts that are primarily visual. And I feel like that's very important for someone who's like either saying something or publicly speaking or any of that. And we're given certain principles for visual rhetoric. And that the two main things are is that visual messages, which are persuasive, and then the second one is seeing is believing type of thing, or like don't judge a book by its cover, like just stuff like that. And then so in order to see that, we're given 4 types of elements and that convey a visual image, like a visual message, excuse me. And number 1 is shapes, number 2 is balance, number 3 is color, and number 4 is like figures. And so I think that an image has so many things that maybe sometimes we miss out on seeing, but it's just image is very like dominant in my opinion. And so through this, like, we can use 3 basic shapes for an image. And when we look at an image, we can look at shape, which is it's either a triangle, square, or a circle. But each one of them, as I was reading this, like tells you what a triangle is, like how you feel as someone seeing the image. Like, for example, a triangle is like either action or conflict. A circle is warmth and security. And a square is mostly like the famous saying, he's a square, or, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like another thing is color. Like, it sets a mood for something. So usually when we want to pull up a picture, we think about like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, or this is what like I'm getting out of the picture. And so turning this to my other book, Reading Pop Culture, by Jerry Jones, he talks about how violent media is good for kids. And so this is one of the essays that I actually personally liked, and that is because he talks about how many children, like, because of violence and like all these images of like, say for example, are these Marvel like superheroes and stuff like that, there's come to an impact to some certain people that, like, thanks to that, to like these strong images they see, they get to like break their shell. Like, a lot of people become like not shy anymore. A lot of people take risks, and it's just like at first they see themselves as these like kids who were a bit shy, and like a lot of restrictions put on them because certain people say, hey, you're not supposed to do this, or like you're supposed to act a certain way. But reading this, I saw things like I read a lot of things saying that a lot of people made new friends. Another thing was that a lot of students actually asked questions and others didn't. And then another big influence on this reader was the Hulk. And he got the image of the Hulk as in like someone who is brave, someone who is not violent, but like able to do things without having someone hold them back. And then so after seeing all this, he kind of felt like he was freed from that person he was before. And now he feels like, because of thinking that violent media is good for kids, you know, other kids would benefit from this.